How long does it take to recover from a recession? We're going to talk about the details, the mathematical equation of what is a recession, and then I'm going to wrap this at the end with all the opportunities that it presents. It is the best time to get really wealthy is right now. So the three things specifically I want to talk about is the mathematical definition. What is it and what are the components around it? Number two, how long does a recession last? And then number three is what should you be doing now to prepare for a potentially 4 to 5 year recovery. So it's the aftermath that actually is more impactful. So the mathematical definition is that the stock market has been consistently reducing quarter by quarter by quarter. Within a certain period of so many quarters, you're officially in a recession. So July of 2022 is when we officially hit the definition of being in a recession with the market in this decline. Cryptos are also declined. Not only have cryptos declined, the amount of scams that are, according to Locked Blockchain, millions, potentially billions, I don't actually know that number, I have to look it up, have been just disappeared into wallets that no one can access again. There's a lot going on in this market. What's the definition also of a recession? What are the indicators? Well, in this one specifically, they vary, in different periods of time where we've had a recession, but this one is high interest rates and high inflation. So then for you got to say, well, how am I going to handle all this? And what do I do in a recession? So again, by definition, a recession typically lasts around 17, 18 months, but then the recovery is 4 to 5 years. It takes a while to recover. So because this is interest rate, centric and inflation centric, a couple things, what do you do? Well, for interest rates, buying of housing and commercial, whether it's residential or commercial properties, has slowed down because people don't want to pay the additional interest rates and get upside down. A lot of people who rushed during the pandemic to go buy real estate and move in from California, Jersey, I know they bought very high inflationary homes, like crazy. We were selling for $300,000-$400,000, and that whole pandemic, we were selling for $500,000 and $600,000. Now those folks, although a low interest rate, have an upside down property, and that's where you're going to see foreclosures and huge opportunities coming out of this because the interest rate has affected the real estate markets across the world. In a huge way, in a beneficial way for those of you who've been prepared. So as far as interest rates, it's a good time to be a hard money lender. A lot of money has actually left the stock market, left the crypto markets, and is sitting on the sideline. So a lot of cash. Being a hard money lender in this environment, because interest rates are already high, you're going to be a secondary choice to, traditional financial institutes. But even in the traditional institutes, I have clients that are doing huge commercial developments and still getting 4, 5, 6% interest, higher than normal. Some, if you're in the 8, 9s, I think it's a little high, but hard money, it still will go for 10, 12, 15. I know a few people getting 17, 18%, depending on the industry and the project. So if you're sitting on a bunch of cash, be a hard money lender in this environment. As far as interest rates, that's going to fall out. I'm more concerned about you and your family and the inflation, and you're not paying attention. If you're watching and you're buying from big box stores, all they're doing is they're trying to keep the price similar to what it was, and they're reducing all their packaging. Why do I know? Because I have a lot of executives, all those big box stores that are actually working to try to get out of those big box stores and become an entrepreneur. So I know the strategies that are happening. So for all of you, why are you contributing to the inflation? There's all sorts of direct sales companies who are price fixed, which you can buy tons of stuff from direct sales companies. If you want to, you can click on the link below on how to beat inflation and join my team. We buy from American made, all natural, organic, not all these toxic products that only about 5 to 10 companies are jamming and winning. So why do you support the big box stores when they didn't have to shut down? Small and medium-sized businesses had to shut down during the pandemic. So this whole thing was interestingly rigged to kill the little guy. And I'm a huge fan of the little guy and helping them make money, get their small and medium-sized business functional. And a small and medium-sized business, if you do the investing properly, make money and invest it, you can be a millionaire in 3 to 5 years. But what's going to happen is a lot of small and medium-sized businesses don't know how to navigate in the high interest rate. So they don't know how to get funding. They don't know how to be fundable. They don't know how to navigate. They're going to go under. So if I was you and had cash on the sideline, I'd start looking around your community. What local restaurants may or may not make it. What local coffee shops, wine shops, hair salons, nail salons. A lot of them are not going to make it because they're going to have to increase their prices. The other side of this too that isn't being talked about, there's a demand, and a very odd demand, of the workforce coming back with an amazing arrogance of what they're worth. This minimum wage, $15, well, all that does is it just affects you, right? Because if I start paying 15 to 20 on jobs that I could pay 10 and 12 for, where's that variance going to go? It's going to increase my prices and it's going right back to you. So it's just an interesting cycle that you have to realize, the supply and demand chain, but the workforce is a huge problem. Huge problem for most people because they have unrealistic price tags because they're just willing to be a warm body and come to work. So those dynamics are going to create volatility, which is where your opportunity is. So before I talk about that, I want you to subscribe to the channel. If this is interesting to you and you want to actually get a plan to how to walk through the next 4 to 5 years of recession, I would stay right here. Click the notification button and actually watch my videos every day. So what's interesting is my subscription base on my YouTube channel is really high. My watch time isn't, which means those of you who subscribe are blowing me off in the morning. That's totally illegal. You need to be watching me in the morning. You need to be having a journal, say, what did I learn? Like if you learn one thing a day for the next 52 weeks, 365 days, I promise you're going to be a different human around money next year. But you have to watch the videos. And if I have a video or a topic where you don't understand it, that's what the comment section's for. Make comments. If you want your friends and family to learn about it, share my channel with them. Let's get a lot of people having the right money conversation this year. And what do you do on the recovery? So again, most of you, if you haven't done it, you should have pulled out of the stock market a heck of a long time ago. I want to give you the link to the software I use. It's not giving advice. It's a software. They have smart folios. During the pandemic, March, April 2022, the market crashed 33+%. I lost 2.8. Just now in 2022, the market volatility, most portfolios lost 22 to 30%. I lost 1. So my software is highly designed to get me out of the market, put me in cash. You say, well, what do I do? Go look for small businesses that need help. Be an investor. What a great time to buy into companies where you have a little bit of control and you can actually make some extra cash flow. Start your own company, right? Look at the problems. There's plenty of problems to solve, right? The best entrepreneurs solve problems. So that's where you need to be looking. Be a hard money lender. Make sure you're always in first position. Don't take a second or third. That'll be rough. You're in no position to get your money back in those situations. So last tip I want to do is, again, make more money. Click on that link below. I'll see you at my marketplace every 3 weeks on a Thursday. I teach from 10 to about 3. Then we put you in a marketplace where you get to make money. And if you do everything we say, you will make hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on that one day. We'll see you then. Talk tomorrow.